Time for my November TBR. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Zach with Zacks Books, and today I've got my November TBR for you. I've got 5 books on the list for you. We will link them down below if you're intrigued with any of them. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of them. I really hope I do. I have started 2 of these before and DNF'd both of them. And I figure I should put them back on just because I want to get to them. And then I have, you'll see as I go along. But yeah, like I said, we'll have them linked down below. Also down below is the podcast, Danielle's YouTube channel, and all that other fun stuff. Get her to the 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Yeah, otherwise don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the books. Alright, the first book up is Ghost Story by Peter Straub. I started this book, when was it? 2 years ago? It's been about 2 years, and I have no idea why. I just stopped reading it. I DNF'd it. I wasn't really getting into it, and it stinks because I think the narrator for this book is Frank Muller, and that's the guy who did the Dark Tower series, The Talisman, Black House. He's done all these other books. I think he even did The Silence of the Lambs, and he's usually a really good narrator, so I don't know if it was that. The story wasn't going for me, but I do want to get into this book again. As far as I can recall, this is about five gentlemen who are like telling ghost stories and like reliving like a traumatizing thing that happened to the 5 of them in their past that like haunts them to this day. I believe that is the premise. Does say stuff on the back here, but I think I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to, get too into like trying to figure out what's in this book. Again, Peter Straub, he passed away, and after reading The Talisman and Black House that he did with Stephen King, maybe I should give him another chance, and I'm hoping that they do a 3rd Talisman book. Obviously, he's dead, but, King has said he's working on it. But I really want to get into Peter Straub. There's a lot of books that people recommend for me, like Coco. It's like a 3-book series. That one is. I can't remember what the actual, series is called, but Coco's part of it. Something with a flower. I don't remember. But, this is a book that is one of his most popular books, and I want to get into it, and I really want to like it. I just, like I said, I don't remember why I really didn't like it. So we'll give it another whirl. So there you have Ghost Story by Peter Straub. The next book is another one I DNF'd, and I honestly, as much as I say I don't remember why I DNF'd that one, this one, I literally don't remember why I DNF'd it. I think I just stopped reading it and then never picked it back up. The Terror by Dan Simmons. I literally still have my bookmark in there. I got to page 129. This was a book that I was getting into, and it was, getting exciting for me, and I really don't know why I stopped reading the damn book. I just stopped reading it. As far as I can remember, this is about a group of explorers that are aboard a ship called the Terror, and a lot of creepy stuff happens, weird mysterious things. They get attacked. I don't know the whole premise, just like with Ghost Story. I did way back when, but then I stopped paying attention to the books. I DNF'd the books, and I'm trying to get back into them because I really think these are 2 books that I would really, really enjoy. But I just don't know why I stopped reading them. So I'll have to see. I have not read anything by Dan Simmons, I don't think. I think this was the only one I have attempted. I think there is another one that I was going to try, but I didn't. The Abominable or something like that. I don't know. There's a couple Dan Simmons books that I have been intrigued with, but I just never touched them. And this was the one I think was the most popular one, so I was going to start with this, but I never finished it. So there you have The Terror by Dan Simmons. Alright, next up is going to be the buddy read for Danielle and I this month, and that is Clements McCallan, The Quiet Tenant. This book is something that I really don't know anything about, which is normally what I like about going into like thriller books or in this case the pick of the month for us for the podcast channel. Not channel, but the podcast and everything. Like I said, I don't know a lot about it, but there's a little blurb on the inside. A pulse-pounding psychological thriller about a serial killer narrated by those closest to him. His 13-year-old daughter, his girlfriend, and the one victim he has spared. That sounds very intriguing. I will say, though, if it is from 3 different perspectives, that's usually something I'm not the biggest fan of. But we'll see what happens. The cover looks eerie. I would like to think it's going to be a good book, but that's what I say about all thriller books. So we'll see how it goes. But there you have The Quiet Tenant by Clements McCallan. All right. So as many of you guys know, I am almost done with the King catalog. I've got 4 more books left to go. 2 months to do it for me to finish it by the end of the year. I think that is very achievable, if not maybe even sooner. I don't know. So I have 3 collections I need to read and 1 more novel. And I put the novel in this TBR because I'm hoping to try and finish them by November. Or, well, by the end of November. Wishful thinking. So the first one I want to talk about is The Bazaar of Bad Dreams. This is a collection. It's the most recent one that I have not read. I think the most recent after this is If It Bleeds, because I think it went this one and then If It Bleeds. There might have been another one in between. I don't remember. I don't think so. But regardless, this is the most recent one that he wrote that I have not read. I actually have read a story out of this already, Blockade Billy. It was written, it was like sold as like a separate book by Cemetery Dance or something like that. Other than that, not a whole lot of stories I really know in this one. I'm Mile 81, You're, or You Are, I don't know how that one is pronounced. Drunken Fireworks is another one I think that pops up every now and again. But like I said, there's really not a whole lot that I have heard of with this one. But I think the more popular one, if I can recall, I think there's like some, there's like some like entity that's like, I don't know, it's some like really weird evil entity in that story, if I remember correctly, because I think I had read something about that one. But other than that, I don't know almost anything about this collection, which is how I am with most of the collections with him, except for a couple of them. But yeah, so Bazaar of Bad Dreams is the collection I have picked for this month. And the novel that I have not read yet, pause the video and let me see if any of you guys know the novel I have not read yet. Make a comment down below. Okay, cool. So, the novel that I am yet to read by Stephen King is Lissys Story. So this is one that I have not read it yet. And there's no reason I left this one for last. There's no reason I have chosen to ignore this novel for anything. I just didn't get to this one. And it was probably on, I don't know, several TBR videos, and I just never got to it. As far as I know with this one, it's about a writer who passes away, and the widow, the wife who's still alive, is like left to like deal with, you know, all of his writings in the attic and all this other stuff going on. And it's very, very intriguing. A lot of people really like this book. It's not like a favorite of all time, but it's definitely like one that's like up there for people. I think there's one guy who said that he really liked this because he was a writer, and like giving a connection with like a writer with like a wife and like a family and stuff like that, it like kind of hit home for him. But I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I have watched that person's video. I actually don't even think it exists anymore. But this is a book that it's supposed to be sad, I think. I don't remember. If you've read Lissys Story, let me know down below if this is supposed to be something like sad. I don't think it's horror. I think it's more like sad romance or just pure fiction. I don't really know 100%. But let me know if you have read this and give me your thoughts. Spoiler free, obviously. But yeah, the last novel by King I have to read is Lissys Story. Alright, so those are the 5 books I have planned for the month of November. Obviously, things will change. I work retail, so Black Friday is big near the end of the year, near the end of the month. My birthday's at the end of the month, so the last like week and a half or so might not get a whole lot of reading done. But I don't know. We'll see. Again, those 5 will be linked down below. Danielle's channel will be down below. The podcast will be down below. The bookstagrams will be down below. Let me know what you're planning to read in the month of November down in the comments as well. Also, I want to have a little game with this. I have 2 King books I have not read yet that are not on this TBR. They're both collections. Let me know what you think they are down in the comments. I'm curious to know if people know the 2 that I am missing. Goodreads would be also helpful, or just watching all my videos, you know. Yeah, just a fun little game. You don't get a prize if you win. Just, it's for fun, whatever. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Later.